Do you know what is corruption? And what are the effective anti-corruption strategies in the private and public sectors in Malaysia? Explanation from the successful company.
Okay, Ms. L, as the leader of the BAKAR holding FARAH, from your understanding, what is corruption?
Okay, corruption from Islamic point of view is the misuse of the given authority includes BINTI, embezzlement and other unethical behavior. Corruption also can be defined the same as pollution, that is transforming anything good and beneficial into something either harmful or worthless. One of the main Quran verses addressing corruption is found in Surah Al-Baqarah in verses 188.
Okay, Ms. Bella, can you tell us what are the key Islamic principles of leadership?
Key qualities of an Islamic leader include taqwa or fearful consciousness toward Allah, which ensure mindfulness and avoidance of wrongdoings. Trustworthiness is another essential attribute as it involves practicing fairness, honesty, and humility, thereby building trust among followers. Vision is crucial as a leader must look beyond immediate concern to focus on long-term goals that promote equity and prosperity.
What are some potential obstacles in implementing anti-corruption strategy based on religious principles in your company?
However, applying Islamic principles face challenges such as socio-cultural diversity and resistance to change, so reliance on religious value without strong legal and institutional framework may not be sufficient. Okay, Ms. BALQIES, what are some common forms of corrupt behavior that you know?
Common forms of corrupt behavior include bribery, extortion, fraud, embezzlement, nepotism, cronyism, appropriation of public assets for private use, and influence peddling. Okay, next, from what you know, what are the primary issues of corruption in Malaysia and socio-economic consequences of that issue?
The 1MDB scandal involving Najib Razak highlights significant corruption issues with profound socio-economic consequences for Malaysia. The misappropriation of billions of ringgit has severely burdened the country's public finances. Particularly, Najib Razak case raises concerns about selective justice and the rule of law, fostering a perception of impunity for high-profile individuals. The perception perpetuates distrust and institution and discontent among the public.
Okay, next question. How do effective anti-corruption strategies in Malaysia contribute to improved governance, economic growth, societal well-being, and enhance global reputation?
Effective anti-corruption strategies in Malaysia significantly improve governance, economy and societal well-being by fostering transparency and fair competition that attract investment and ensure efficient use of resources. These measures promote accountability and public trust, resulting in cost saving and improved profitability. Combating corruption support the rule of law, social justice, and enhance Malaysia's global reputation. Overall, these strategies are essential for sustainable development and the country's growth in the 21st century.
Okay, next question. How do fraud and embezzlement differ from bribery and extortion in terms of parties involved?
Fraud and embezzlement can be carried out by an official alone without involving a second party, whereas bribery and extortion involve two parties, which is the giver and the taker.
Okay, Ms. BALQIES, what are some key Islamic values that support anti-corruption strategies in the private sector?
Key Islamic values include integrity, siddiq, honesty, amanah, equitable treatment, al-adlu, and responsibility, which is mas'uliyah. These values emphasize transparency, fair salaries, honest communication, and non-discriminatory policies.
Okay, next question. How do Islamic teachings emphasize the ethical responsibilities of those in authority?
Islamic teachings emphasize that authority is a trust and that it will be cause of humiliation and regards on the day of judgment, except for those who fulfill its obligation and discharge their duty properly. Okay, Farah, here's a question for you. How can the implementation of effective anti-corruption strategies in both the public and private sectors impact Malaysia's economic growth and public trust in governmental organizations?
Implementing effective anti-corruption strategies in Malaysia, both in the public and private sectors, boosts economic growth and enhance public trust in government by promoting transparency, ethical behavior, and efficient resource management. These measures attract investment, improve service, and reduce costs, ultimately fostering a fair and prosperous society.
The next question. How can business implement Islamic principles in their anti-corruption policies?
Businesses can implement Islamic principles by conducting ethical training, establishing a strong whistleblowing mechanism, frequent audits, and cooperating with government and other organizations to strengthen legal and institutional frameworks.
Okay, last question for you. Give an example of company that has successfully integrated Islamic anti-corruption principle into its operations.
For example, Maybank has implemented ethical conduct and anti-corruption policies based on Islamic principles. It maintains a zero-tolerance stance towards bribery and corruption, provides through anti-bribery training, conducts frequent risk assessment, and has strong whistleblower system.
In conclusion, we can say that emphasizing the significance of ethical standard in fostering an environment of accountability and integrity is crucial in tackling Malaysia's corruption problem. Islamic principles such as accountability, fairness, and honesty offer a solid foundation for thwarting corruption and advancing transparency in corporate governance. It's important to complement Islamic teaching with additional measures like regular audits, strong legal framework, and cooperation with governmental and non-governmental entities to ensure consistent implementation of anti-corruption policies.
So, as a successful leader, everything starts with yourself. Especially wise in making decisions. And become a leader who has integrity and corruption-free leadership.